Good evening, everyone. I'll share my screen. Just let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, it is
Um,
possible. It is visible.
it is visible.
Yes,
Thank
Yeah.
ma'am.
you.
Your screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
So I'll just Yeah, so I'll be taking this session on class 12 CBSE AI curriculum. You will be having lots of questions, I know, so just keep them. I have dedicated a special, hour for just questions. So I'll try and answer as many as I can. So as you already know, CBSE came with the new AI curriculum in the beginning of the year, and we have a total of 8 chapters. These are the various chapters. Along with this, they have to do one capstone project, which they begin in class 11th and they have to complete in class 12th. Also, they have to fill the project documentation. So I will touch upon all these parts. And as per my experience, I'll also tell you, which parts you need to focus on. So, first of all, when you are bringing your students from class 11 to class 12, these 3 chapters, they should be thorough with. At least unit 6, they must be completely thorough with this chapter because the entire, data science methodology and, of course, the capstone project, the foundation is unit 6 of class 11th. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're starting with class 12th. Okay, so I begin with unit 1. This is, a brought forward from class 11th that you will be revising the topics like NumPy, Pandas. In this, you will be covering data frames. And of course, when you're uploading a CSV file into a data frame, you'll also talk to them about the various data cleaning methods, how to handle missing values, how to handle if you want to convert categorical data into numerical data and vice versa. Also, you have to focus on simple linear regression. Later on in the data methodology chapter, we'll also talk about, doing simple linear regression using Python code. So if you want, you can teach them this here itself. They must have done some portion of it in class 11th. So this is a complete recap of class 11. Plus, if you're thinking of doing a very good project, you could think of introducing the Streamlit library. Streamlit is an open source Python library that helps you develop web applications. You actually developing a web browser for your project. Okay, and you're developing projects in Python. You already know you have to give the inputs in the ideally, or if you're doing it in a Jupyter notebook, then the Jupyter environment is open. But if you have a browser, in the browser you're entering data, and then the output is also being shown on the browser. That means you can generate a link and carry that anywhere. So this is possible through the Streamlit library. So you can use the Streamlit library as an extension of your Python capstone project. Now, all this is given in the book. Introduction to the Streamlit library has been given, as well as a project using the Streamlit library has also been given. The code as well as the link to the project is given in the book. So teachers trying to use Streamlit, you upload the code in GitHub, and then you have to deploy the model in Streamlit. Okay, Streamlit Community Cloud. This is essential if suppose you do not have ideally on your laptop, for example, or you having some problem on your system, then online you can still deploy your model. So you upload it, the steps are given in the book. You upload the Python py file as well as the data source, the data set on GitHub, and then you deploy on Streamlit. So all the steps are given. This is a sample of the exam score predictor that I have done with my students. This is a web browser window generated. I have the link also, then I can share the link with my students. So I just enter the number of hours studied, and then I click on predict score. This is a button that I'm generating through code. Okay, and then the predicted score is given that if I'm studying something like 3.5 hours or probably a little more than 3 hours, then I'm getting around 62 in marks. So, and the sample training data is something that I have shown to my students because was working on this project. So this is how you can also use Streamlit in your projects, and it really takes your projects to a higher level. Then we come to the unit 2, that is data science methodology. I would suggest that you start with this unit, okay, because they have to do their capstone project. So you can start with this methodology. They would know the entire steps of the methodology. Then you could do Python and then later probably orange data mining. So that, the part where they have to work on the projects, that is done in one go. Okay, in this, you have to do all these 10 steps. This is the methodology cycle that you have to concentrate on. So you have to do all these steps. And if you see the CBSE handbook as well as my book, you would see that there is, a recurring question that is there for every step. So each step will explain the various parts of that problem. For example, in my book, I have used the supermarket problem, that in the supermarket there is the problem of stock. The stock goes out of the quantity is always less, so you have to keep updating your stock. So what methodology would you use? So this is the recurring problem that is solved using all these 10 steps, and all the examples are given in the book. So these are the key concepts that you'll have to explain to your students, starting from various business understanding. Then you come to the problem approach, where you are trying to understand whether you're going to do a descriptive or a prescriptive approach. Okay, then the various data requirements. At this time, you could also talk to them about the various challenges to, data collection also, because when you're collecting data, there are lots of challenges you encounter. So then exploring the data, understanding the data, preparing the data for usage. If you see a simple data set from Kaggle also, it will be having certain missing values. So how do you clean that data? How do you handle that data? So all this you can talk to them. And then we start with AI modeling. Now in the AI modeling, do not just jump into the Python code. Complete the chapter and then you could go to the Python code part. Okay. And then in the evaluation, when you're talking about model assessment, there are 2, 3 things which I will cover in the forthcoming slides. And you will also talk to them about deployment and, of course, feedback. So when you're talking about, model evaluation phase, you're talking to them about the train test split and the cross validation. Now, this is a very, very important topic from exam point of view. Even in the old curriculum, we had questions from these two topics in every question paper. Every year we had the questions. So do talk to them about these two approaches. What is the difference in these two approaches? Also, the diagram is important. When you're explaining through the diagram, it puts a very good picture across to the examiner. So they must know the diagram also. It is not necessary that they draw elaborate diagrams. A simple diagram is more than enough. Okay. Then, of course, when you're talking to them about evaluation, you will also talk to them about, the kind of evaluation metrics that are to be used. So you'll be talking to them about RMSE and MSE. They must know the MSE and RMSE calculation. In the old curriculum, this was given as a question in the sample paper. So I have always asked my students that they should be able to do the calculations on pen and paper also. They, of course, can do it in Excel. That is no problem. But if it comes in the exam, so they should be able to do it on pen and paper. You may be given the linear regression equation. From there, you have to calculate the y predicted, or in the question, you might be given the y actual and the y predicted values. There are two types of questions where you are given the x and y values and you are given the linear regression equation. So from there, you putting the values in the equation, you calculate the y predicted, or in the question, you're giving the y and the y predicted values, actual and predicted values in the beginning itself. So even from there, you calculate the MSE and RMSE. So this, students have to do. There is one thing that you need to pay attention to. Try and give small values, because this is a lengthy calculation. So if you give them larger values, that much time they are taking to calculate. So try and give smaller values. Also, when you're talking about evaluation, then you also have to talk to them about the confusion matrix. Now, this is something they've already done in class 10th. So this part you might not have problem teaching them again. Okay, of course, the various metrics of the confusion matrix, you'll have to talk to them about accuracy, precision, recall, and F1 score, balanced and imbalanced data sets, all that. Because we will be creating a confusion matrix in orange data mining. Okay, so what you could do is you can touch upon this and make them do all the calculations again on pen and paper. Fine. So these are the various courses on data science methodology. Since it's a huge chapter, I thought that, even as teachers as well as students, you could go through these courses. Uh, Data science methodology on skills build, you must have already seen if you have enrolled on skills build. Otherwise, even this one, the third one, cognitiveclass.ai, this is a beautiful course, and these are all free courses. So you can enroll and you can do these courses and have your students also do these courses. It will only enhance their learning. You can add the certificates in your practical files. Okay. Next, I come to Orange Data Mining Tool. As I told you, if you want to, have the students start with their capstone projects, so it's important that you do the data science methodology, the Python programming chapter, and Orange Data Mining Tool chapter in the beginning itself. So that at least, all these three topics are covered, then students can start working on their projects. At least they can start brainstorming, finding out the data sets, checking out the data, the challenges of the data they might face. So because when I did this orange data mining tool with my students, they loved this tool so much that they have decided, most of them, that they would do their projects using this tool only. So there'll be a complete change of heart when they do this chapter, because if they are thinking of doing the Python project, they would love this chapter so much that they would do their project in orange data mining. It's such a wonderful chapter. Okay, so you will be talking to them about what is orange data mining. There are various widgets. Widgets are your actual tools or elements with which you are doing all the work in orange data mining. So if you see the image here, okay, the file widget is there, the scatter plot widget is there, the data table widget is there. So these are all drag and drop elements that you will be doing on your stage or canvas. Okay, so you will be creating your various workflows. You can see the image here. This is a workflow. Okay, so I've just taken a data set, attached it to a data table, and from here I'm generating the scatter plot. When you double click on any widget, you will see the output also. So they would love working with all these elements, and you will be exploring all the widgets with the AI domains. So with the data science, you'll be doing linear classification, linear regression and binary classification with them. All the data sets are available on Kaggle. The links have been given in my book also. So you will not have any problem locating the data sets. As well as in NLP, you will be doing text pre-processing. The steps as well as the screenshots are given. Also, in computer vision, you will be doing the image classification. This is a beautiful method of doing image classification in orange data mining. You just have to upload the main folder where you have all the images, and the rest of the work is done by orange. So it becomes so simple for students. And as I told you, they would love working. Since I was touching about the projects, so I thought I'll talk to you about the Capstone project in the beginning itself. Okay, there are two
Excuse
options
me, ma'am.
available. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, is this advantageous for the grade 10 students also? Because I think the same topic are running in a grade 10 also.
Ma'am, the level is quite higher in class 12. Okay,
Okay.
other than this thing, orange data mining, you have linear regression and binary classification also using Python code. So the level
ऐसा
is
पढ़ा रहे
quite
हैं
high.
एआई का जो सिलेबस नया है ना
Please
Uh,
mute yourself.
Can we all mute ourselves, please?
Yeah, please you mute yourself, because then otherwise it becomes very difficult. So I would also request you, you would please keep your questions. I will answer all questions by the end of the session. Okay, so since I was, talking to you about these three units which are important for your capstone project, I thought I'll touch with the capstone project in the very beginning only. Okay, so there are two options for you. You could use the Python code to create your projects, or you could use a no code, low code platform. Okay, in the Python code, you would have all these options. You can create a simple linear regression model. So in that, you have the salary prediction, house price prediction. As I said, all the data sets are available in Kaggle, and there are various examples given in the book also. Then you have the simple binary classification. Okay, in that you have the heart disease prediction, the diabetes prediction, and the chatbot you can create using Python code. Okay, now in this, if you want for your students, you can add the Streamlit library to enhance their interactivity. So you develop a web browser link, and that you can share also. Okay, there are again various examples in the book. There is a whole project section that has been given as part C, so you can go through the book and see that. Then you come to no code projects using the Orange data mining tool. Again, in that you can do the same thing, but using Orange data mining tool. Okay, you can add on to the NLP aspect also. You can do a sentiment analysis that has been touched as a project in the book. And as I said, the image classification can also be done. Now, other no code projects, even other than this, if your students want to explore certain platforms, then what you can do is you can touch upon PictoBlocks, MIT App Inventor, or ask them to, create chatbots using Botsify or Google Dialogflow. So these options are also available, though I would suggest that you could, stick to the curriculum. But if they want to explore further, it's always up to the students again. Okay, this is a simple linear regression workflow that is given in the book also. This is a very simple linear regression. The data set you upload in the file widget, okay, and then you give the linear regression model, and you are able to create and you can, take your test and score. You can see the predictions being made. So very simple in Orange tool, and I'm sure your students will start loving it. I've done this chapter with my students, and they really love this chapter. Okay, now, what are the capstone project requirements? As per CBSE, you have to give the full working project. Okay, that is on the day of the exam, you have to show the whole project to the examiner. So, and you create a 3-minute video about the project. In that, you have to include reasons for choosing the project, an introduction about the project, the challenges you faced, any challenges if you face, the screen recording of the project, okay, and any lessons or insights gained.
मैम
Yes, sir.
मैम आप अपने आप को को होस्ट के राइट लीजिए, मुझे होस्ट के राइट चाहिए.
Okay, just a second.
वो लाइव करना बता रही आपको पासवर्ड
So I have to give you the host rights, na, sir?
Yeah.
Just a second. I made you the co-host, sir. Please
No,
check. No?
I am the co-host or host?
Co-host.
No,
I
ma'am.
made you the co-host. Okay,
Give me
let
a
me do.
host rights.
Make host. Okay, done. Done.
Okay. मैम मैं होस्ट पे आ गए अब हम.
Yeah. So I'll be sharing my screen again.
अरे मैम
जो अकाउंट ऑलरेडी लॉगिन है, अभी सिलेक्ट कनेक्ट ईमेल आईडी का बता दूं आप. ये connect.oemail, हाँ, that email. Connected. So, yeah. I would at this point. Okay. And after this, they have to create an entire project documentation. Now, as you already know, the old logbook is no longer there. The project documentation is there. Now, in project documentation, you can still take, the snippets of the old logbook. For example, when you have to give minutes of the meeting, the same table that you used in the old logbook, you can give. The initial project plan is the same because you have to give a starting data, you have to give
आगे
a
टॉप में
starting date and an ending date, all that you have to give. Okay.
देखिए आप एक बार
So
देखिए
the entire project documentation is something like a 25
यूजर इज
page
नॉट इनेबल्ड फॉर लाइव
documentation.
स्ट्रीमिंग
Okay. So please mute yourself. Uh, and so the project documentation is a huge documentation. As I said, it's a 25-page documentation. So students will take time. So you need to give them that much of time also to finish the project documentation. And since you'll be distributing work amongst various team members, so they all have to work in coordination. That is one of the toughest jobs. So give them that much of time. Now, on the day of the practical examination, these are all things that you have to do. There is a written test for 10 marks. If you go through the curriculum, there is now a written test where students have to write a Python program. They'll have to do it on the computer also. And there is a 20-page answer booklet given by CBSE. So they can sit and write in the answer booklet also. The orange data mining tool question is
मैम
also
मुझे
there.
यही स्क्रीन आ रही है प्रेजेंट पे
Okay. Please mute yourself, the person who's speaking.
Ma'am, you mute all from your side, please, because we are unable to hear anything.
Um, Okay. Then you have to present the video. The video presentation, as you already know, you have to create a 3-minute video. It has to be uploaded on YouTube and the link has to be added in the project documentation. Okay, so that is for 4 marks. You have to show the working project, that is for 15 marks. Now, in that, the examiner might see the data set also. Okay, so all that should be ready on your system as well as the project documentation. You have to give the file, the printed file you have to give to the examiner, that is for 6 marks. Then the student will give the project viva. So the viva could be from the project as well as now from the practical file. This is now specifically given in the CBSE curriculum. So this is for 5 marks. Okay, and in the practical file, which is for 10 marks, you have to add Python programs, orange data miner screenshots, and 1 data story. This is the minimum requirement. 6 Python programs, 4 screenshots of orange data miner, and 1 data story. Okay, these are the minimum requirements, so you have to follow that.
Sorry to disturb you, ma'am, but we are getting the voice from the message. Sir, it's a humble request. Kindly mute yourself. So we are able to.
लाइव ऑन यूट्यूब वाले पे क्लिक करना है मैम
Yogendra sir, I think you are on not on mute.
Yes, ma'am. That's why I'm calling you because.
Yeah. Please mute yourself. Yogesh sir, you are not on mute.
नॉट नहीं आ रहा है मैम यहाँ तो
Ma'am, it's Sonia Mittal.
Just a second.
सर कोई पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आप मुझे इन करा दो बस 1 मिनट के लिए
क्या करें मैम
योगेंद्र सर, you are not on mute, sir. हम लोगों को actually सुनाई दे रहा है. The ones who are actually saying that they want to join and are unable to join, tell them that we'll share the recording with them. We'll share the recording with them.
मैम एनी डेस्क पे कनेक्ट करूँ क्या
Sir, it will be not possible. Any desk मुझे install करना पड़ेगा, फिर उसमें time लगेगा. So tell them we'll share the recording with them. We'll share the recording with them.
Actually,
मैम ये
I
देख
think
लीजिए
some enough participants are there. That's not the problem.
अरे दिखाओ पर दिख ही नहीं रही है, बोल दो ना।
19
The problem is the number of participants are already
783
हाँ
252.
So kindly mute yourself, please.
टाइप करना
कर दिया मैम.
अभी दिखाना।
You ma'am, I think you can also use the enough because you are a host.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, when we will start?
Ma'am, sir is also on mute, so kindly please can start.
Yeah, I am back. So these are all things that you have to take care of. Okay. On the day of the practical exam. And after doing all this, when they start with their Python project, the Capstone project, then you could talk to them about the other chapters. Now you start with the other chapters. So we'll start with making machine see, that is on computer vision. This is one of my favorite topics also, because there are lots of games that you can play with the students. Okay, so you talk to them about how machine see, so you can do a pixel activity. This is given in the book, where using the keyboard, they create various shapes on the Excel sheet,
Ma'am,
and that comes in various colors.
class
Yes,
12
sir.
book, class 12 book for AI
Yeah.
has been released this year because and is there any new changes in the curriculum with the previous year?
Yes, sir. That is what we are talking about. This is the
Okay.
new curriculum only, and I am going through the new curriculum only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Again,
Ma'am,
it is my request. Please keep your questions till the end of the session, so that there is one flow and everybody can have time for the questions also. I will be giving time. Do not worry. I will be giving time. Okay. So when you're doing this chapter, you have to talk about, what is the computer vision process. So you'll have to talk about localization, segmentation. Then you have to talk about multiple objects, single object and images, all that. So that is quite a lengthy topic. So, but various examples are given in the book, the various applications and challenges of computer vision. And, for a practical activity, you could do teachable machine activity, or you could do the open CV activity. Again, this is in Python code. So if you feel that your students are not able to do Python code, it's okay. This is only for the practical aspect. So leave that and go to the teachable machine activity. Teachable machine you're already doing from class 9, 10. So I don't think you'll have any problem doing it with your students also. Okay, then you have the big data chapter, and as well as we touch about data analytics in this. You talk to them about what is big data, the 6 V's of big data. Okay, and you have to talk to them about descriptive, prescriptive, diagnostic tool. All that was there in data methodology chapter also. It is in great detail in this chapter. Okay, so if you've already done it in detail in the unit, data methodology unit, then you can skip that part here. And you'd also talk to them about mining data streams, careers in big data analytics. For the practical aspect, you could do the orange data mining example that is given in the book. Okay. And as well as, you could make them plot various bar charts or pie charts or scatter plots using Excel or Python code. Okay, so that will become a good practical for you. So that you can do in this chapter. After that, you have the neural network. Neural network is quite technical, but that forms the basis of, college curriculum also. The neural network chapter is there in the college curriculum also. So a small foundation is there in class 12. Now, all these topics, what is a neural network, parts of a neural network, components of a neural network, the different working of neural network, different types of neural network, all that is there in this chapter, along with, you explain what is an activation function. Now, since this is quite technical also, so when I was doing this chapter, I included lots of examples for the teachers, so that, when you're teaching, you can use these examples to teach your students. Students will also read these examples, and grasping this chapter will become better and easier. For the practical component, there are lots of games also available, which I found on the internet. So that has also been included in the chapter. You could create a neural network in Python code. This is again for the advanced learners. You could play with them on the TensorFlow background. Incidentally, TensorFlow has a lot of, versions available on the net. So you could pick any. And then you have something like a perceptron visualizer. So this is the image that I've given. So they can just, click, 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 and then they'll be able to visualize the neural network also. Perceptron is the simplest neural network. Okay. And then they can create, an AI model on machine learning for kids.com. This is website which uses Scratch. Okay. So very simple AI model they can create, and then see the neural network working. That is also there in the book. Plus, there were various games that I had found. So that have also been given. There is something called as a piano genie game. So, when they click on the press the keys on the keyboard, the corresponding piano keys are pressed, and then the neural network is generating a symphony. So that's a very interesting game. The gradient descent game is there. So all these games are included, so that I found that this chapter is quite, technical, as I told you. So as I tried and incorporated various games so that students like studying this chapter, and you are also able to teach it in a better manner also. Then we come to generative AI. Generative AI, I remember when we had a meeting with Dr. R.P. Singh in CBSE, this was one that he had given the topic that, on popular demand, certain teachers must have approached him, and generative AI is one topic that he had asked to be incorporated in the curriculum. Now, when I was making this chapter, and I'm very thankful to those teachers, they reached out to me and they said that we must include a portion on prompt engineering. Okay, so though prompt engineering is not there in the curriculum, but how to create meaningful prompts. So that portion has been given in this chapter. You could teach your students how to create effective prompts, because this is something, a skill that they need to learn. Generative AI is here to stay. Ethical and social concerns of generative AI do touch upon. There are lots of things which are happening in our world now using generative AI. So you need to talk to them about ethics and social concerns. Also, something like citing sources with generative AI. We as Indians, we never cite our sources. Okay, now this is something which, my students, when they have gone abroad and they have worked on any assignments, they have come back and told me that in the first assignment they were failed by their corresponding professors. And I'd asked them the reason. They said, ma'am, because we did not cite the source of our research work for the assignment. And this is something we have never done in our school. Or, even in India, we don't do this. We do not teach them how to cite the sources. It's okay if they're taking an inspiration of some source. So teach them how to cite that source. There is a particular way of citing sources. So that has also been given in the book. Also, this chapter will be covering about the various large language models, applications of generative AI. You will be touching on that. Okay. There are lots of hands-on activities in the chapter where you are using the generative AI to generate music, to create a script, create a movie. So all these steps and the screenshots are given in the book. Then we come to the last chapter, that is data storytelling. This is one of the chapters that is from the old curriculum. And other than the old curriculum, there are lots of additions to this chapter also. So you'll talk to students about the various types of data and their visualizations, the examples of data stories. There are various data stories and their examples, as well as the QR code, have been given in the book. The new thing that has been incorporated is the Freytag's pyramid. Okay, using the Freytag pyramid, now you have to generate a data story. So as I said, when you are, doing this with your students, the first time when I did this chapter with my student, so they could not think of a data story. So I started giving them examples, and the same I've done in my book also. I've given sample data stories in the book. So, at least you see this data story, and then you start, your mind starts working, and then you start obviously creating your own. So in the Freytag's pyramid, you have these five points: the introduction, rising action, climax, falling action, and conclusion. So when a student has to create a data story, then they are at a loss. They know the concept, they know, the conclusion, that this would be the beginning and this would be the conclusion, but how to make the various, stages and how to write it out, that will be your biggest challenge. So have them go through the various samples in the book, and then you can create your data story. Also, till now, in the old curriculum, in the question papers, you have been given two data stories, and you have to select the better data story. Other than that, please ask your students to, create a data story. Go give them a data, some data like this. Again, this is something which is given in the book, and have them create a data story. Now, this is something my student had done. So that is why I've taken this screenshot. This is the same screenshot my designer has made in the book itself. Okay, but this is something that my student had created, and I was so happy. I gave full marks to that student. So, a simple data, this is something you pick from the internet and have them create the data story. You will have to give them proper practice in class for this, and this will take a little bit of time. So make them go through the various steps of creating a data story. Also, this Venn diagram is important. In this year's paper, if you see, there was one single question on how do good stories emerge. Okay, and so this Venn diagram is very important. If the student draws this Venn diagram in the exam, I can assure you, visuals always have more meaning than text. So it will be better for the students only. So explain all the three elements of a data story: the narrative, the visual, and the data. The various steps of creating a data story, and make them sit down with pen and paper and create their data stories. Okay, so with this, I come to the end of my presentation. I am open now to questions. If you have any questions, you can ask them, and I'll try and answer as many as I can.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
This
Preetha
is
ma'am.
yes, I am from Chennai. Like, I want to know how many students can be there in Capstone project group?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, if you go through the CBSE
Yeah,
curriculum,
I
they're
noticed
saying
that.
minimum 3.
Uh,
They're saying minimum 3.
okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
So 3 to.
Yeah, let Preetha ma'am complete. Then I'll take another question. Yes, Preetha
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. Then that is it necessary to teach that advanced learner section, like
No,
advanced tensor flow and all those things? Is it necessary to teach,
no,
ma'am?
no, no.
No need. Okay. Okay. Then one more question. Sorry. Like, I know the first lesson, Python and the data mining is only for the practical purpose. So we
Yes.
don't all these from these two lessons we don't get the questions in the board paper. Am I right, ma'am? Only that is for the
See,
practical
this is the
purpose.
first year, so I am hoping that we will not get a question. But
Okay.
to be on the safe side, I have told my students that we will do a simple linear regression program in class, and they will sit
Okay.
and write it for me. You can always get it as an MCQ question. Because one
Okay.
year,
Okay.
the train test split, the Python code came as an MCQ question. So I told
Okay.
my students, at least a simple linear regression you should know. If it comes as an
Okay.
MCQ question, you at least have the option of answering it.
Answer. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Yes. Next question, please.
Good evening, ma'am. This is Megha here.
Yes, Megha ma'am.
Ma'am, actually, I want to know if some student wants to do alone their project. Is it possible to do that?
Actually, ma'am, try and have them, in a group of 3 at least, because the main thing is that they have to learn about team coordination. When I went as an external examiner this year, I had asked the students what was the biggest challenge that you faced in this project, and almost all of them answered, ma'am, team coordination. And they said that we have actually understood what it
Pradeep
means
sir.
to work in a team. Okay,
Hello.
so please,
Pradeep sir.
Manoj sir, please mute
11th
yourself.
11th की एआई और
Manoj
10th
sir,
की
please mute yourself. Thank you. So try and incorporate them in a team if possible. Try at least. They should learn to work in a team. In real life, you can't work alone all the time. You always work in teams. If then, of course, it's not possible, then you don't have an option. But at least try. And if you don't try, then they will never learn to work in teams.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, I want to know if there is no code project that is from Orange Data Mining tools only, right?
Yeah,
No other.
yeah.
We have to
No,
follow.
explore orange data mining. That is very good. Okay. And your students mostly 99% will go for orange data mining. Okay. 1%, if they're still not interested in orange data mining, then you could use, a chatbot for using Google Dialogflow or PictoBlocks or MIT App Inventor. Keep them as your last resort because the curriculum has already been given. Then why should students not use that as per given in the curriculum? Only as a last resort, go for these.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That's it.
Okay, ma'am, can you please tell me that which type of projects I can assign to my students because that will be related to Python or any other topics?
Just a second. I had shown that slide, so I'll show it again. Just a second. So I'm just sharing my screen.
Okay, ma'am.
Can you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So these are the two code Python Capstone project options. One is Python code and the second is no code, low code. Now in the Python code, you could do all these linear regression problems, salary prediction, house price prediction, simple binary classification. One of my students, they had something called one of their relatives had Alzheimer's. So she took up Alzheimer prediction and a very good project that she had created. So
Okay.
it was binary classification only. Okay, so have the students, assign their project with an SDG goal. So with that,
Okay.
then they could go about the projects, a chatbot using Python code. Then you could add Streamlit to enhance the interactivity. If they are not interested in Python coding, that's okay. You can have this, do the same in using Orange data mining. In Orange data mining, you have all these, data sets of linear regression and binary classification on Kaggle. You have a
Yes, yes.
sentiment analysis project, which is given in the book itself. I have
Mm.
incorporated it in the project section in the book. And the
Okay.
image classification, that is again there in the book. Wonderful data sets are available on Kaggle. So you can explore Kaggle. There are lots of links also given in the book. So you can do that. You can, go through that also.
Okay, ma'am, can you please tell me what should be the minimum configuration? What should be the minimum configuration in the lab for the students? For suppose we are using the computer lab as an AI lab also. So, what softwares we need in the lab, or any is there webcam is needed or not? Okay.
Sir, if you are doing teachable machine and computer vision activities, okay, if you're doing that, then you need webcam. Otherwise, if you're not doing teachable machine, or probably, in the first year that I took the teachable machine part on my laptop, I took an online class in the evening. Okay, so you could do that. Otherwise, for installation, you need nothing. I do the Python coding on Google Colab. That is an online Jupyter notebook. So students
Yes,
have to
yes.
log in. For the first time only, they log in using their mobiles. I take permission for them. They bring their mobiles for one day in school. They submit it to me. Then they log in using their mobiles. And then we continue on Google Colab. For
Uh,
Streamlit, as I said, Streamlit does not require any installation if you're using the GitHub and online Streamlit community cloud. Okay, all
okay.
these are online versions. For the
Okay.
Orange tool, you need to install. Orange tool is a heavy software. So RAM, in my school, I have upgraded the systems and got the RAM to 16 GB.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
so orange data mining tool,
Now, I
yes,
have
you would
used, I have
require,
gone to a means training of AI, that is
yeah,
RCC Engineering College conducted. So there I already use the Orange tool. Okay,
yeah,
so that means with the data we can do many
yes.
things with the data.
Yes, yes. So using the Orange tool, only thing is on our laptops, of course, Orange tool gets installed very quickly. On the school systems, you'll have to see that, the Orange tool gets installed. The installation is simple. There's nothing tough in the installation. It's only when you start working, then the system becomes slow. So if you have a good RAM, you should not have any problem.
Okay, and what should be the maximum size of a project team?
3 to 5, it's given in the CBSE curriculum now, it's 3 to 5.
Okay, 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 ma'am.
That is
Okay,
manageable also, sir. For the teacher, 5 students is manageable. If you have a huge team, then it becomes difficult to, have all
okay.
the students in one area. Get
And
coordinating with them becomes
ma'am,
difficult.
as according to the CBSE curriculum, means at the time of exam, what they have to produce, because this is related to board exam. This time they are going to give the board exam, so the external will come and they will also evaluate them. So at least what is the rule? Means at least what they have to show to the external teacher. Means they
Yeah.
must prepare it.
Yeah, have a look at the screen, sir. I'm showing it on the screen. They have to show the full working project. Okay, on the day of the practical exam, they have to first give a written test of 10 marks. There they have to give Python program and Orange data mining tool. These two questions you will be giving. Sample, a practical exam question paper I have included in the book also this year. Because last
Okay.
time lots of teachers approached me saying what to give in the practical exam. They were not able to decide. So this time I've given a sample practical exam question paper also. It's a 10-mark paper. So you could give 2, 3 Python programs and one Orange data mining tool question. It's up to you. Then they have to present the video. They have to show the working project. Okay, and then they
Okay.
have to give the project documentation to the examiner. The project documentation, again, it's a 25-page booklet. Okay, you
Hmm.
have to spiral bound it or put it in a file or something like that. And then they have to sit for the project viva. Okay,
Okay.
project viva will be from the project or practical file. They have to give the practical file to the examiner also. So the practical
Okay.
file will have Python programs, Orange data
Hmm.
mining screenshots, and one data story. This is the minimum requirement. Okay, one data story is a minimum requirement. You can obviously add more.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Ma'am, okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And kindly, after this session, you please send the link of this recorded link of this
Yes,
session. Okay.
yes, I will, sir. Yes,
Good
any
evening,
other
ma'am.
question? Yeah.
Ma'am, like you have told in a practical file, we need 6 Python programs and Orange data mining it's 4 and storytelling is 1, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So in by the time of writing, like they want to write the Python program, any one Python program and one Orange data mining. The question
Both
paper.
of them. It's a 10-mark paper, ma'am. So you can incorporate both in the question paper.
Okay, so
10 marks. So you could give like, 5 marks or 4 marks for the Orange data mining tool question, and 2 marks you could give for the Python program. So you could give them a 2 mark, 2 Python programs of 2 marks each, or 3 marks each,
Python
like
programs,
that.
I should take it only from the unit 1, no, ma'am, like the data frames and all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Only from the unit 1. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
want, you can include a linear regression. It is up to you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, do we need to use the record notebook for Python program, or just we can take the printout and we can submit also for
Ma'am,
Python
I
program and
generally
data
take,
mining?
Python programs and Orange data mining tool screenshots. I have asked my students to, take screenshots, because for Orange data mining tool, you as it is have to do the printout of the screenshots. You can't sit and draw them.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do that for Python programs as well.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
That
ma'am. Thank
becomes
you so
neater
much.
also. Yeah, that becomes
Yes.
neater also.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Ma'am, which means both the program coding also screenshot and the output screenshot
Yeah,
and Orange
yeah,
data mining also screenshot. So it's
yeah,
full of
yeah.
screenshot, printouts only to be there in the record.
Yeah, yeah. One data
Oh,
story, they can sit and type make the data story, and then probably if they're doing it by hand, they can take the screenshot, or if they're doing it in PowerPoint, then they can take a printout.
Okay, so the record notebook fully maintained only with the screenshots, the printouts.
Yes, yes, yes.
Good evening,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
For class 12th, that means there are no marks in the practical for the boot camps.
Not as yet.
And for 11th,
Class 11th.
internal
11th, it's there.
11th, it's there, boot camps.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am. How many exercises can we include in the record?
See, sir, minimum 10 programs are to be given. Okay, a sample practical file has been given in the book, so you could incorporate that. Other than that, I always tell the teachers, what you're teaching in the class, have them incorporate those programs. So you build up your practical file.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, from where we can get this documentation? You said it is 25 pages booklet.
Yeah, a sample documentation is there in the orange book, ma'am, in the orange publications book. Other than that, right now it is not available on the CBSE website. They have just given the steps that are to be followed. But since I was, I know teachers have difficulty creating the project documentation. So I have given a sample project documentation in the book.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can't we follow this AI cookbook, ma'am, for documentation?
Ma'am, cookbook is not giving you the documentation. It is only giving you the steps that to be followed for the documentation. Cookbook giving you sample projects.
Sample project.
So if you
So
see part C of my book, that is also giving you sample projects only.
okay, so the documentation, we can get it from your book, Orange Publication.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much.
So logbook is not included this year, ma'am?
No, ma'am. Logbook is no longer there. Actually, logbook was quite a heavy booklet. It was something like 30 to 35 pages booklet. So that was, brought down. It was cut short to create the project documentation.
Thank you.
So the important features of the logbook are still there, but it is a shorter version.
Ma'am, is it necessary that project would start in the class 11th itself? Is it like students will start in this session only?
No, I have certain students who did not start the project in class 11th. So do not worry, you have them start in class 12th then. But they have to complete in class 12th. There is no option then of not doing. Because if there's a final presentation on the day of the board practical, so it's okay. You will always have, I have, ma'am, so I can't say, that they must start in class 11. I have 3-4 students who just did not listen at all. So I said, doesn't matter, you will come to class 12th and then you will do.
Okay. So is it necessary in the project documentation? You said we have to mention the start date and the end date. So the start date we have to give for the class 11th only?
It is there. It's up to you, ma'am. When you are actually, the estimated starting time and the actual starting time is there. Okay, so probably the estimated you could have given in class 11, but actually there were lots of problems, suppose. Okay, the child fell sick, the team members could not do the coordination. So because of that, you started in class 12th. So it's okay. Let it be.
Okay, so like it won't affect the marks of a student.
No.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
It should not. I mean, we are all teachers only. We should not do this. That you are cutting marks because the student was not able to begin in 11th. We are all teachers and we are only going as externals. So we should not do this.
Can you please tell me that what is the means marks distribution of the practical 50 marks?
Yeah, sir, did you see the screen? Can you see the screen? No.
Yes.
You can see the screen?
No, not now.
Okay, just a second. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the distribution. Okay, so you have written test for 10 marks. You have to present the video, which is for 4 marks. The working project is for 15 marks. Project documentation, 6 marks. Project Viva is for 5 marks and practical file is for 10 marks.
Okay.
This is as per CBSE. If you go through the CBSE curriculum, you'll find the same thing.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
By when
Good
can
evening,
we
ma'am.
expect
Kanika
the
side
book?
from Chandigarh.
Just a minute, Kanika, ma'am. I think somebody had started asking the question.
I was the
Okay.
Kanika, by the way.
Let the first Kanika ma'am ask and then the second Kanika ma'am can ask.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, by when can we expect the orange book in the market?
It's there in the market, ma'am. I received my copy.
The publisher hasn't...
You can
come to
reach
us.
out to the sales rep. If you're not able to get a copy, please reach out to me. I will get you in touch with your sales rep, area sales rep, but it's in circulation now.
For class
It's in circulation.
12, we haven't got, ma'am. For other classes, we have been getting.
So
I'll
contact
get in
your
touch
sales
with you,
rep.
ma'am.
Yeah, sales
Yeah.
rep
Ma'am,
again. It is
is
there
there
in
any change?
circulation.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, is there any
Sorry?
change like 2.0?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, this is
3.0?
the 3.0 book, sir. It is the 3.0 book, and there is a lot of change. The entire curriculum has changed. So please go for the Orange Publications Touchpad AI Class 12 3.0. That is the
Okay,
latest version.
Good
okay.
evening, ma'am. Kanika is from Chandigarh.
Yes, Kanika, ma'am.
My question is regarding the project documentation.
Okay.
Ma'am, can we get a soft copy for the same for the reference only?
I
So that
can
we can
give you
guide
the
our students regarding.
I can give you the old logbooks, ma'am, because right now this is the first year. Okay, so students will be making their projects during the entire year. So only by the end of the year I'll be able to give you a small sample project documentation. Right now, the one given in the
Logbook
book,
is already with me. I have already done like twice the session with the students. I'm having a bit idea, but I want to know the changes in the current one.
So get
Ma'am,
a copy of my book, ma'am. You will see that. Or you could follow the one given on CBSE website. They have given the steps beautifully. You could do that also. If you still, you're not using my book, that's okay. That's absolutely fine. You can follow the steps given on CBSE
The concern
website.
is same, yet we have not got the R copy. As we have
Ma'am, you can
already.
reach out to the sales rep. I
Ma'am,
will also.
ma'am, one thing I suggest that the schools who are following the orange, you can create a group or any social media, and you must be there, and you must give inputs means time by time in that group. Okay, that will be helpful for the teachers also.
Yes, sir. There is one group for Orange. I think you are not on that group, so reach out to them. They'll get you added on that group, sir. I'm there on that group.
Good evening, ma'am.
Right.
Good
Thank you
evening.
so much, ma'am.
For board exam point of view, Unit 1 and Unit 4 is necessary, ma'am, to prepare.
Unit 1 is Python and Unit 4 is Orange. That is only for the practical aspect, not the theory.
So there is no questions we can expect from them.
Good evening, ma'am.
See, this kind of question, becomes very difficult because the person who's setting the question
No,
paper,
no,
you
ma'am,
never
because
know what
no,
he
no,
or
no, ma'am.
she
Because
might give.
students are asking whether we have to prepare for certain
So
questions.
always tell them to be always prepared. I always tell them, my students, that if you've done that in class, it is not that you can forget. Okay. Plus, you already have a lot of choice. So what you can do is you need not, go for that question, go for the next one or another question. You always have a choice. And now in the latest CBSE guidelines, the best 5 are chosen. Somebody is talking in the background. Please mute yourself. Please mute yourself. Bini sir. Thank you. So, now in the latest CBSE guidelines, the best 5 are chosen. If you have to answer 5 out of 6 questions, the best 5 are chosen. So students have a lot of options and choices now. So ask them if they've done it in class. There is no point in forgetting things. They can answer the question. If they're not, then they can skip and answer the other question given in the choice.
Thank you.
Ma'am, please can you share the WhatsApp group link, ma'am, here to join?
You can reach out to the sales representative, ma'am. Right now, I don't have the link with me. So I'll send the link through them, or they'll get in touch with me. I'll get you added in that group.
How
Or
do
even
you understand how to contact you, ma'am?
yes, you can contact me. I'll give it in the chat box also. I'll give you my email ID. You can contact me through this email ID.
Please, ma'am.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, my question is for class +1.
11th.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, there is a IBM skill certification for 10+1 grade. So how student can do that?
So there is this website called skillsbuild.org. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
skillsmill.org, you go there, you will have various courses. So they can do the AI fundamentals course, they can do the data science methodology course, they can do the
Ma'am, but it
computer
is
vision
necessary
course.
to, okay, ma'am, but it is necessary to, they should have to do in the computer lab or they can do it at home.
You can do it at home. This is a wonderful thing that you can give them as a holiday homework. At least the AI
Okay, ma'am.
fundamentals
Okay.
thing, they can do it as a holiday homework.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, and what about the boot camp internship?
Boot camp, see, CBSE keeps arranging lots of boot camps. So you can, have a look out for those CBSE boot camps. Internship, you'll have to get in touch with various companies. Please mute yourself.
Ma'am, when we can start the boot
Priyanka,
camp
ma'am,
for
please mute
students?
yourself.
Ma'am, sound is audible to you.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am, when we will do the boot camp for students?
Ma'am, boot camp, CBSE organizes the various boot camps.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
How will do we know?
You have to keep looking the CBSE website, ma'am. The academic website gives all these circulars. You'll have to keep checking that.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I have done the IBM Skill Build certification course. It's very wonderful course, but I am not sure that how my student can do that.
They have to register as students.
By their email ID or just phone number?
Through email ID they can do.
In a forest, in search of
Shweta ma'am, can you please mute yourself, and Vivek sir?
Ma'am, the student has to register their self by email ID or they can do it with by their phone number.
Ma'am, you can use any. Email ID is a better option. While give your phone number on a third party website, but it's up to the child.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, student can create their project in MIT App Inventor also?
Yes, yes.
In to class.
MIT App Inventor, let it be an last option. As I said, you have Orange data mining tool, you have Python coding. Let that, let students try them out first. Orange data mining tool is a wonderful tool. Let them try first. Only as a last option, take MIT App Inventor.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for wonderful session, ma'am.
Ma'am, have you taken any session on Orange data mining in the past, or are you planning?
No, not.
in the
I am
future?
planning. I am planning, ma'am.
Looking forward to it.
So you'll come to know about it. I'm planning.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, regarding the video, it should.
Excuse me, ma'am. About the class 10 also, because it's a wonderful session, but I want to know if there is any other session for the class 10 AI also.
I can't hear. I think somebody's talking about, if you're talking about class 10, sir, I am not unfortunately taking class 9, 10. There is a session planned for class 10 tomorrow by the other AI author. So you could reach out to your Orange sales representative. He will give you the link of the session tomorrow. That is for class 10 teachers. I am doing only class 11, 12, so I can only answer those things. I can't understand what you're trying to say, sir. I'm so sorry. Please speak a little slowly, actually. Your voice is blurring into itself. And the others, please mute yourself. I know, ma'am. It's too loud. I think you'll have to write it in the chat, sir, what you're saying, because I really can't understand. I'm so sorry. Any other question from anyone else?
Yes, ma'am. Shilpa speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, for the grade 10, it's still a very confusion about syllabus curriculum and the whole process. How do we take the classes or the practical arrangement? So
For
if there is
class?
a grade 10 AI.
Okay. Tomorrow, I think you have the session for grade 10 AI. The other AI author is taking. So you can reach out to your Orange representative and get the link for tomorrow's session, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Ma'am, kindly share your mail ID.
I've shared it on the chat. Do you want me to share it again?
No, ma'am,
No,
not
ma'am, we
showing
didn't
in
receive,
the chat.
ma'am.
Ma'am, can you share the group link? Means group joining
Sorry,
link.
Tanmay sir, I do not have the group link right now.
Okay.
So you contact me on mail. I'll share my
Okay.
mail again.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'll get you added. Do not worry, I'll get you added.
Namaste, ma'am.
There are Namaskar, ma'am.
Ma'am, for grade 12, so it is mandatory that we have to release, the students have to release a perfect working model of the Capstone project.
Yes, ma'am. Do not let it be, a research topic.
Okay.
This is something which I found. I had gone as an external in another school, and the students had given a research topic. So I had told them, I said, you could have, created a very small model. So let it be a small model. Let it be a very simple
Ma'am,
project,
have
but
you
have them
shared the
create
mail
a.
ID? It is
Yes,
not
I
showing.
have.
All are writing. All teachers are writing in the chat box, that it is not showing. Even I also can't see it. Means I think it has been locked from.
Just a second.
So simple working model also will be fine, ma'am.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Do a simple linear regression, ma'am. I am doing a simple linear regression with my students.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
So it's okay. That's perfectly fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now everybody can see.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
These are my two email IDs. You can contact me on any one.
For the practical exams.
Yes, Megha ma'am. Anthony sir, please mute yourself. Yes. Any other questions?
Ma'am, the video need to be uploaded somewhere before the examination, app examination.
Yes, have them upload it on YouTube, and then they can share the link with you, and then you can play it on if you have a projection, then on the projector or probably on a computer. It becomes easier also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Because this happened one year, one of my students had some problem. So he had to carry and he got the entire CPU. So that was very, cumbersome for the child also. So have them uploaded on YouTube, and it becomes easier to show on the screen then or on the computer on the day of the practical.
So can the student also carry it in the pen drives or
the entire
other device?
video? Yeah, but it's better, ma'am, because then, in the coming sessions, then you show it to your own students, the new batches that keep coming. So that's why. Surya ma'am, just mute yourself. Yeah, so it becomes easier also for you to share with your coming, batches also. So that's why it's better if it's on YouTube. Otherwise, it's okay. You can keep a copy of it on your system with you.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, my students are choosing the projects like chatbot creation, image classification, movie ticket, like that. They are choosing it on their own. Is that okay? They are ready to do the
Yes,
Python
ma'am.
coding in that. Is
Yeah.
that okay? They can choose it on themselves.
Yes,
Like,
yes. Please let them explore. And if they are choosing, it's very good. Sayukta ma'am, please mute yourself. Yeah, so it's a good thing, Preetha ma'am, if your students are exploring and choosing the projects on their own. It's a very good thing.
okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Any other
two
question?
students can do it in a group, right? Two students can be in a group for
three.
Minimum. Minimum three.
Three.
Na?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Thank you, ma'am. It helps me a lot.
Any other question?
Ma'am, then I have a class of 6, so only 2 projects are fine from grade 12 then.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The first year I had only 2 students. So unfortunately, I was the third one in the group.
Okay.
So it's okay. So that was only one project. That's fine. Absolutely fine.
Thank you.
So like if we have only 3 students in a group, so we have to divide the role. Like CBSE has mentioned ki,
Yeah. Either I have them choose it themselves, Okay, I remember when I had gone as an external this time, one student got up out of 5 students and he said, I was the team coordinator. And I was like wondering, I said, what did you do? So he said, ma'am, my job was getting all the team members together. And that was the toughest job I have understood. And I also realized that probably they learned about student coordination that time. So it's okay. Let them explore and let them choose their own roles. Okay, so it should not be that, one of them is a dummy student. That means he or she is not doing anything. Don't have that. Let them do something. At least filling the logbook can be given to that child. If the child, is not able to, give addition to the team in some other manner, then filling the logbook can be done by him or her. So do try and distribute. Let them explore and you also help out.
Documentation should be handwritten.
No. It can be typed, ma'am. I always insist on my students for typing. It becomes very cumbersome to write a huge documentation like this. So it's better if they, can type it.
Minu ma'am.
Yes, Payal
Can
ma'am.
you, please little bit explanation about project documentation, if you can provide.
If you see the CBSE website, let me see if I have the CBSE curriculum with me. So I'm sharing my screen. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
So all these, points are given in the CBSE curriculum only. They have to go through this. It is there in the cookbook also. So all the, points are given there. They have to follow these steps. As I said, the same has been followed by me, and I have given a sample. Murugan sir, please mute yourself. Murugan sir, please mute yourself. Thank you. So you have to follow these steps, the various headings given in the project documentation in the cookbook, and then you can create the documentation.
It is, I think, similar like logbook only, right, ma'am?
Most of them have been, most of the topics have been picked up from, elements have been picked up from the logbook. There is a little bit of change also. So be very careful when you are, filling up the project documentation. There is a little bit of change. Most of the elements are same. Okay, but there is a little change also.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
One query, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell us the breakup for the theory 50 marks also? 10 marks is for employability, but Python is showing 6 marks and Orange data mining 4 marks. So that is the new.
That is for the practical exam. It's a 10-mark practical exam.
For theory also, I can see in the blueprint for 25-26 session.
Just a second. I have this open.
Ma'am, that is the number of hours. That is number of hours.
Yeah,
that is number
I
of
think.
Hours.
Ma'am, okay, marks, right. Okay, let me see once again. That is 40 for theory. Fine.
Yeah, number of marks is given.
My bad.
Theory for this much and practical, the number of hours this much. Yeah. I also have it opened.
To be evaluated in practicals. My bad.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. Yes. Any other question?
Ma'am, can you tell me that 10 marks is for practical, right? Written practical, Python and Orange mining tool. So they have to implement also and they have to write in answer sheet also, right?
Yes, ma'am, a 20-page booklet is given to you. So use that and let them write the Python program in that.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're returning it a blank only. So, other than that, it's better you use it and then make them write the Python practical questions, the Python programs.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Prashant sir.
Ma'am, I just want to know because I am new to CBSE. So, like, what is the distribution of marks for theory and practical for grade 12?
50-50. 50 marks
50,
theory.
50.
Yeah, 50 marks practical. In the 50 marks theory, 10 marks are for employability skills. There is a separate book on employability skills on the CBSE website. If you are using my book, that is Orange Publications book, it is one single book. You will get the employability part A and part B, the subject specific
So 50
AI
is for
curriculum.
theory and 50 is for practical, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Ma'am, like in theory exams, we don't get any Python question, like in OpenCV, related to OpenCV or from the other theory chapters.
Ma'am, see, this is the first time the new curriculum has come in. Okay.
Yes.
So I am also assuming that they will not give any question from the chapters which they have assigned as practicals. But to be on the safe side, I have said this again and again, let them do the Python programming, at least the simple one they can do. Simple linear regression they can always do.
Okay, like in OpenCV, the topics is for advanced learners.
Yeah.
So
You can leave that. You can leave that because OpenCV is a little tricky. It is only for good advanced learners. So if your students are not interested, then leave that. Use teachable machine activity.
Yes. So like
Sorry, I lost your voice.
Standard, we don't get any Python question in the theory exam. Actually,
I'm also hoping.
I'm taking 12th first time for this year.
No,
So,
ma'am, all of us are
so I'm
taking
just
12th first time with the new curriculum now. All of us are in the same boat.
Not in the new curriculum, like I'm taking AI for the first time in the class 12th. So this is my first batch. So that's why
I
I'm
understand. Yeah, I understand.
nervous
We are
here,
all
so-
apprehensive in this way. We are also assuming that CBSE will not give because who the examiner is, we never come to know, ma'am. So I'm also hopeful that, the Python coding does not come in the theory exam. If they have marked it as, it is not there in the theory, then it should not come. So
so I
let's see.
think we should wait for the sample paper to come.
Yeah.
Those with another trespass at your own risk.
Shweta ma'am, if you are speaking, I am not getting your voice.
वो abandoned हो गई है उसमें कोई रहता नहीं है बस ऐसे छोड़
Hello, Shweta ma'am, can you mute
Can we
yourself?
get the orange publication book in Amazon also? Is it released in Amazon?
I am not sure, ma'am. I think you'll have to contact your sales rep.
Okay.
So he'll ensure that you get a copy, a sample copy.
Okay.
Shweta ma'am, can you please mute yourself? Thank you. Any other question?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, will you please share the recording of this session because at the starting we were not able to join the session due to the maximum capacity issue.
Yeah. Yes, I will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Are you preparing any question back on like chapter wise?
Sir, not right now. I have just released the book. Right now, I'm taking a much needed rest, if I tell you the truth. So right now, I'm not doing anything.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, actually, only one thing I want to clear that a student at the time of practical, student bring two files, one for project and one for practical file.
Yes. One will be the project documentation and one will be the practical file. They have to get two files.
Okay. They will get two files. Another things will be also. In a practical file, they will have Python related programs, no?
Yes, and orange data mining screenshots and one data story.
Okay. Thank you.
So like project documentation will be common for 3 to 5 students.
Yes. You could have one single file because, having the same project documentation for so many students is not, I don't find it worthwhile. Okay, let's try and save some paper also. So we talk about sustainability, so we should have some sustainable practices also. So again, that is my thinking. So I generally insist whenever I go for any, practicals also, I take for different schools. When CBSE assign me the duty, I always say one practical file per group. Let them have the soft copies in their email or probably hard drives. But for the presenting to the examiner, one copy is more than enough. Printed file.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful session. I have got a lot of clarity about so many things. I was so worried how to start, where to start. Now, thank you so much for this session.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you
after
so much for joining.
Meenu ma'am,
after
I
two
want to
months,
purchase book, but from where I can find?
Payal ma'am, I think you are in the group with me.
Yes, yes, I am in group.
Yeah, so contact me. I'll give you the number of the sales rep.
Okay, thank you so
Delhi
much.
NCR, though I know, so I can get you in touch with the sales rep. So get in touch with me. I'll get you in touch with the other person.
I'm in Ahmedabad actually.
That's okay. At least he will get you in touch with that your area sales rep.
Okay, thank you. Please give me that number, no?
Yeah, get in touch with me on WhatsApp. I'll share the number with you.
Okay, thank you, thank you.
ma'am, at least every 3 months once, if we conduct any meeting like this, it is
Oh God.
useful for us.
Ma'am, good
Okay.
At least for 1 hour.
Sir, what you can do is you can join the group of the Orange team and
Yeah, ma'am, already I'm there. Already I'm
okay.
there, but I'm expecting any like this type of meeting, Zoom meeting.
Okay. I'll try my level best, sir. I can't promise anything, but I'll try my level best. I will be taking a session on Orange data mining tools very soon. So you could join in that time also.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Okay.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Ma'am, I'm Ajay Kumar Tiwari. I want to
Yes, sir.
some
Ajay, sir.
I want to some topics, ma'am, because I'm first learning of the CBSC class
Okay.
10th and 12th, ma'am. So
Okay.
I want to some topics. So how can you teach, ma'am?
Sir, do you have my book?
Yes, I have. Yes, ma'am.
So what you can do is you can go through the different activities given in the book, start teaching with the theory as well as the activities part. The activities are very simple and you can, do them with your students also. So as you proceed, then you should not have any problem.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Kindly do not share your numbers on the chat. It becomes a security issue. So please don't share your numbers. Reach out to me through my emails and or probably to the Orange team. They'll get in touch with me also. My email is available on the chat. So you can, check the chat for the emails. I have 2 emails. I've given both of them. So you can reach out to me. I'll try and get you added on the group also, the WhatsApp group.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for this session. Really, this is the first time I'm taking AI for grade 12, and I'm so happy. Like, I got so many information from you. Hopefully, I'll do better. Thank you so much for this session, ma'am.
No, do not worry. All of us are teaching the new AI curriculum for the first time. So I'm also teaching it for the first time. All of us are teaching for the first time. So I know together we'll be able to do something. So don't worry. We're all in the same boat.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So if there are no other questions, thank you so much for joining. I know everybody joined in and I had more than 100 participants today. Thank you so much for joining in today. And I'll close this now and you can reach out to me through the Orange team or through my emails.
Meenu ma'am.
Yeah.
Meenu ma'am.
Yes,
Meenu ma'am.
Anjali
Good
ma'am.
evening.
Good evening.
No, Sonia from Orange. Good evening.
Okay. Good evening,
Request you
ma'am.
to please save the meeting. It will take some time post meeting also to do the complete saving. We would request you to please
You
save it
want the
and
recording, na, Sonia ma'am?
yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
It will take some minutes
That's
afterwards
okay.
also once you are done with the meeting.
Yeah, I know. I'll do that. Don't worry. I'm
Thanks
doing
a
that.
lot, ma'am. Thank you. It was a great
Sonia
session, ma'am.
ma'am,
Thank you. Thank you so
good
much.
evening, Sonia ma'am. Actually,
Thank
we
you,
are not
ma'am.
getting a link to
Thank you.
join the group, so please,
Thank
if
you,
it is
ma'am.
possible, then send the link to the group.
Sir, you reach out to me on the email given on the chat box. Okay, I will get you joined in the group.
Okay.
Because you have to share certain details like your name, your school name, your location, all these things. So it's better you contact me on the email, and with your WhatsApp mobile number, we'll get you added to the group.
Okay.
Or you can contact Sonia ma'am also. Both Sonia ma'am and I are on the group. So either of us you can contact and we'll get you added.
Meenu ma'am, one
Okay,
more
ma'am.
request. Please share your email ID once again.
Once again? Okay. Okay.
Few people have joined late, so they might have missed your email ID.
Fine. Fine. I'll do that. So I've shared my 2 email IDs again. Okay. So you can reach out to me using these email IDs.